So Zig Ziglar says that 90% of the information and the things that we put into our mind, 90% is negative. So stop and think about it. It's that news media. It's that talk show where people are griping and fussing. And a lot of times they're making up lies that aren't even true to hold you and make you fearful. So look at what you're watching. What kind of music are you listening to? Are you listening to uplifting music? I love good old rock and roll. I love the music of today. And at the same time, I listen to a lot of Christian music. It is usually uplifting and encouraging. So what kind of music are you listening to? If it has a lot of bad language, is downtrodden, makes you feel angry, or does it lift you up and make you feel better? It's 90% of what we hear, what we watch is negative. Let's put some positive back in our lives. Number two is, we may have trouble identifying with our spouse or even moving forward. We may imagine different things are going on with our spouse. I mean, I'm not going to go into my own things because it's personal, but there's stuff that goes on and I get a negative thought process about it because it's fear enacting in me. And fear stands for FEAR, false evidence appearing real. I want you to hear that and I want you to think about that and think about the times you have been fearful. Sometimes it was being home alone, being fearful. Me and my granddaughter were just talking about that. When you're home alone and you hear sounds and your mind starts to work and you start to think of all the things that could be, and then you hear something else, and then maybe you think you hear another creak in the floor or a shadow, or the phone rings and scares you to death. Well, it's false evidence appearing real. Mostly all the time. Yeah, sometimes things are true, but fear is false evidence appearing real. Don't waste your energy on that. Number three is poor self-energy. Sometimes we're just exhausted. I know moms, you're raising kids, and if they're little, it's 24/7, and there's housework and food and cooking and running around, and you're so very tired. It takes your energy. We end up saying words to ourselves, demeaning ourselves. I always say, if I'm having trouble with, and I do, if I'm having trouble and I am talking bad to myself, you could stop and ask yourself, hey, if this was my friend, would I hang around if they were talking to me like this? Boy, that's profound, isn't it? If this is my friend or anybody else and they were talking to me like this, would I allow it? No. So what do? You have to reverse your words. Say opposite of what you're saying to yourself in your head. If nobody's around, say opposite out loud. Say opposite out loud and do it and say it again and say it again and stop the words in your head that cause you to have a poor self-esteem. Four, do we have trouble buying in? It's kind of like the diet I was talking about. Past failures. Boy, it's like they haunt you, don't they? Past failures haunt you. If you come from a past of many failures, maybe your parents were divorced, and or maybe you're on your second or third marriage, but we can't do anything about the past. Can't do anything at all. But we can change this moment. We can change our future when we decide to take action and do that. And with all this, you've got all this going on. Now you're like, I don't even know what to do. If you want a person who puts up wallpaper, you call a wallpaper person. You might try to do it yourself and you might get it all like, all over the wall, paste, get it not straight, lumpy, peeling off the wall. If you want something done, you call somebody who knows how to do it. Right now, we have some trees that need to be cut down. So, really big trees. So, what do? We don't try to do that ourselves. We call somebody else who knows how to do it because we don't want a tree falling on our house, right? So, if you want your marriage to be better, you have to look for help for somebody else who knows how to do it. And sometimes that might be at your church. There might be a counselor there, a marriage counselor who can help you. And I personally can help you through my experience with my own marriage and my kids' marriages, people that I've worked with, and I can help you understand how to understand your spouse better so that you're not so bothered with them. All right, so Zig Ziglar said, you have to put in the effort and then you receive the benefits. My diet had to put in the effort day after day. It's going to be month after month before I lose the weight that I have gained over the past years. I have to put in the effort and then I'm going to receive the benefit. And the same is true for you. Luke 6:31 says, "Let each of you not, excuse me, let each of you look not only to his own interest." Yeah, we got that down, don't we? But also to the interest of others. And that pertains to your spouse. Yeah. We have to take care of ourselves, and we do have to put ourselves first sometimes to take care of ourselves when we're low on energy. But, let each of you look not only to his own interest, but also to the interest of others. Let's substitute that word to your spouse, paying attention to their interest.